Welcome back, Five Aces.
Hey people, 5Aces here. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Who would have thought that having a toddler as well as a baby would be time consuming? But things should start to settle down right now, things are normalizing, and we're gonna be back with our regular schedule. I'm gonna be welcoming myself back to my channel, and you as well, dear viewers and viewerettes. We are gonna be here in the TDGL. And unfortunately no remastered graphics as of the time present, because these replays were a bit older and thus recorded with an incompatible version. So we're gonna be stuck with non-remastered graphics for the time being, but that's fine because we're gonna be stuck here as well with a high caliber match between two players who have fought their way through the ranks in TDGL. I honestly haven't kept track too much. I just took a glimpse at the scoreboard here and there, but there have been some some fiercely fought battles, and one of the most surprising incidents was that Cav, his rise to power in the OpenRE community, is continuing in an unbridled manner. He has actually managed to like brute force his way into the finals of the TDGL, and he has bested all of his competitors. That's going to be our next matchup on the list, but this matchup is going to be a best of 4 between, on the right hand side, spawning for the GDI forces, Law Enforcement Bain. And he is going to be matched up against Reddened, aka Blackened. First shots being fired, quite literally. Minigunners trying to take an engagement, but the concave is too strong. Bain's minigunner spam prevails. Oh god. The engineer from Blackened gets snagged as well. Both are rushing for a weapons factory opener. Try to intercept the engineer, that's so smart. Really smart play here from Blackened. But is he actually... Oh, he might miss the engineer. And Bain is smartly going for the enemy oil derrick, that's just something that's a 400 IQ move. Blackened is not going to see that one coming. He's just going to be camping. Just going to be camping his own derrick, and nope. That's not where the NG is going. Yeah, that's smart thinking from Bain, thinking on the fly. Yeah, this is going to be a best of 4, so we might be here for a while, and I'm really hyped. And after that, it's even more insane. There's going to be a best of 6 between, or best of 7, sorry, best of 5 and best of 7 respectively, between Mr. Cav and Mr. Sedix Gannon, who has definitely always been a powerhouse in TD and an avid supporter of TD in general. Here we see the new turret for the APC. It got a nice visual rework, so it looks a bit closer to what it looked like in the cutscenes. And 3 Humvees out for Blackened. The new balance changes for TD are actually massive in scale, and one of those changes is that that you start with 7,500 cash, and that just means that at the end of the day you're going to be able to have more build variety. You just have more money to experiment with in the early game. Alright, the APC can 1v3 those Humvees no problemo. Damn, that thing is tanky. I think it has heavy armor. Interesting, Blackened rushed a second harvester and is going for the blue tip. He's not opting to place a refinery there, which would just be a waste. But the problem is that this allows Bain to gain full map control and take all the oils for himself. Those 3 Humvees didn't accomplish much, just seeing 4 harvesters snacking out the main base. Oh, 5 harvesters already out for Bain. This is a massive eco discrepancy. And he's countering with his own APC, but Blackened is in a tight spot. Man, APCs do like no damage, not to each other, not to buildings. They're good for soaking up some damage here and there. But that's the way it should be. And they also got buffed in their anti-air capabilities. Wow, not even to infantry. That is just a mild tickle. Mildly inconveniencing him there. Lots of infantry out for Blackened, for Bain, and that pretty much counters the composition for Blackened. Blackened moving out his MCV already. Oh, sorry, I have to turn around my headphones again. Yeah, some news update on my laptop. Ooh, wow, that Sucrock tracked forever. News update on my laptop. It is still under repairs, which means that we're going to be stuck with low resolution for another week. Oh wow. Rocket's taking a chunk out of the APCs. He's trying to connect with a crush, not finding it thus far, pushing him back a little. Uh-oh. Oh no, the rocket soldiers all pummeling the minigunner. This guy can get so much value. Yeah, rockets thus far have not been in the greatest of positions. This is such a dumb fight. I love it. APC versus APC action. Man, the front lines are crumbling. Blackened is just completely routed. No matter how much more he's gonna send into the meat grinder, there's always gonna be a numerical advantage here. Walling off as well as Bain, just trying to prevent the rockets from coming out, and I think the eco has stalled for Blackened. That's one last Hail Mary. He's trying to get all the crushes, but most of the rocket soldiers safely nestled behind some wreckages, which form some nice makeshift walls. Oh, he's trying to wall off. Why not? Guard tower frantically spamming. Oh no, it's not a guard tower, it's a turret even. Yeah, I mean, makes sense against this APC mass. Oh my goodness, it's not even gonna come online, is it? Oh, okay, MCV is in mortal danger. Danger of being, of being killed off, and that is the victory march. Definitely a 1-0 up for Bain. Blackened didn't have the mass. Just losing this one engagement snowballed so hard. Ooh, there is a general rank APC here. That's the one that killed the MCV. 100%. Yep. It's starting to repair. It is starting to repair fast and loose. The fire rate is out of control. Veterancy also got reworked in TD, so it has 25% more HP, 25% more to all stats basically, plus self-repair. It now does a considerable amount of damage against the power plant. Just, yeah. Forces repairs at least. Damn, son. You can easily, I think with the rate of fire buff, he cannot quite 1v2. Also, the repair only works out of combat, so there's that. But a nice display of the rank 5. No, it's surviving as well. Kiting back the wounded general rank APC. Sick play. Oh no, not like this. Ooh. Almost gets it out of there, but Zooks from the back lines. Killing off the power plant now. Yeah, this is just for show. This is the victory march. Trying to kick him into low power. Man, what a savage display. Quite straightforward, if I say so myself. This should be low power. Yeah, most certainly. Oh, Kav is in spec chat. Quite the high-ranked spec chat train. Yeah, mixing in some Humvees, that's the right call, because Humvees are quite, formidable against infantry. Not the best, but still. Yeah, cut and dry, on to game 2. And for game 2, we're gonna be on African Gambit. This is one of the new maps that got introduced into the map pool as far as I'm aware. Look, Kav. This is how it's done. He's gonna make him proud. Okay. That's like a mixture, 50-50 between proud and prone, I guess. Alrighty, what are we gonna see this time around? Both in a Nod mirror. Ooh. Bain opening up with a hand on Nod, and Blackened going for a Tiberian refinery first. I honestly feel this is always risky in TD. If you... More so than in RA, because there's more varieties of rush builds. In RA, you don't usually get rushed out of the game unless it's a crazy triple ref all-in. So if you play against who cares, you just go barracks first. Otherwise, you can get away with a war factory first, even though in high-tier matches it leads to just a loss in map control. So it's risky. But you can high roll it, definitely. Whereas in TD, there is multiple avenues to getting rushed out of the game at minute 2. Especially now with the advent of 7.5k starting cash. There is just many more tech rushes that you can pull off. I've seen people go for an early radar dome, or an early comm center, so you can just A, go for an extra airstrike, like super early airstrike, but B, also get some really early flame tanks. I've seen that to a moderate degree of success. Gonna be curious to see. My lord, Bain is going greed mode. He basically knows that Blackened is going... Yeah. That is... he has the premonition that Blackened is going to play it safe and just try to chill out, max up with his war factory, and he opened 4 engineers. Was it 3 or 4? Anyway, a sizable amount of cash invested into the early game. And if this gets intercepted because your opponent invested into infantry mass, you're gonna be in for a rough ride. But no signs of that just yet. And is there gonna be a 4th engineer on the way? No, he's moving out super early. Stealth delivery plane, also a new, nice little balance change. This is, by the way, a lobby option, as was highlighted in a previous shoutcast. This is a lobby option that just makes the Nod v Nod or matches against Nod players on a vertical plane more balanced, because you just don't reveal your hand just as easily. Alright, comes on the rush for Blackened. What's he cooking up here? Is it gonna be mediums? Is it gonna be... No, it's going for an NG. Into a wall-off? Weird. What a weird build. I mean, he's trying to wall this off. That much is kind of self-evident. Maybe going for an early rush onto the Blossom Tree up north. And trying to expand early. Hard to tell, hard to call. But the longer he waits, the more Bain's investment into oil derricks is gonna pay off. This is just the good old Texan land grab. We're gonna be seeing ourselves a... No way. I was about to say a gold rush, but how about a tech rush? This looks like a placement for an emplacement for a tier 3 structure to me. Is that gonna be the Temple of Doom? Indiana Blackened and the Temple of Doom. Speaking of Doom, how about some flame tanks? Bain has nothing right now. I just want to highlight that. Bain has literally no army in his base. He has one turret, and if... Oh my goodness, if he can force the turret, that would be absolutely sick. That would be... Yeah, turret has been forced. Oh my goodness. Bain is gonna be in defensive mode for now. Needs to hunker down, ride it out, and see what's happening there. Ooh, he's in range. Is he gonna get the... That's gonna be quite close. Uh-oh. Doesn't look like he's gonna get the refinery. Ooh, okay. This might pose a problem. This might pose a big problem. Just fighting in range of the turret was a bit bad. He knew where the turret was placed, should have maybe just rotated up north. He would have had enough time as far as I'm aware. Oh man, that rush kind of failed. That was underwhelming. He's going for light tanks now, opting for a transition. This is gonna be revealed as well. Uh-oh. Nice hit and run though. Preserving all of his Nod buggies there. Okay, so it's just a wall off. That doesn't strike me as the best build for now. This leaves Bain in an absolutely dominant position. Yeah, look at the dip. Yeah, if you know anything about stocks, buy the dip. Just saying. So I'm gonna invest everything into Blackened for now. Blackened stock is gonna skyrocket. Flamethrowers, medium tanks, light tanks, it's just throwing everything he's got at him right now. He's pulling a good old Alexei Romanov. But one of those players has an army, the other one has a wall. Walls don't win RTS. It's kind of the general rule of thumb. That was maybe a messed up rally point. Looks like it. Oh wow! Some infantry dying on the tip randomly. Do I see bikes? I see one bike for now. There's a second bike. Okay, so bike buggy mass. And this is gonna be... Yeah, flamethrowers are not gonna be able to do anything about that. He's got a wall of light tanks. I feel like this composition is not the greatest against what Bain has to offer right now. So the medium tanks don't hit moving targets very well. Oh, the light tanks, sorry. And obviously in this composition the flamethrowers need to connect to do anything, and that's really gonna be a tall ask. Yeah, look at that. They don't track very well at all. Man, this is a nasty build. He's okay. Going for Apaches. Apaches can definitely deal with this army to a certain extent, unless he gets caught red-handed by the bikes. The bikes, however, are in a great position to just lob some volleys over the ridge, take down a harvester or two. Yeah, Bain really doesn't need to do much, because all Blackened can do at this time is defend. Bain has got the more mobile army, he's got the more frontal position, he can easily breach the wall if he desires to. Light tanks are coming out for him as well. I mean, the unit cluster is a bit more dense for Blackened, so maybe that's what he's got going for him. Plus he's got lots of mediums. Lights, light tanks. I always kept them confused because they are combat tanks, and in RA, light tanks are not combat tanks. RA light tanks are little wind-up toys that you have for shits and giggles. The airstrike is almost up. Oh, he is going for tier 3. He is building his Temple of Nod. Okay, can he maybe surprise him like with an underhanded Chem Warrior rush? I just don't see the play here. I don't see anything that would redeem this build for the time being, and it needs a really good airstrike. And even then, those units are mostly too mobile. Oh my lord. Blackened's forces are being obliterated. There is just nothing left standing here. Yikes. Did I push the right button? Apparently. Whoa, the flamer drop! Random flamers in the base. I completely missed that, but so did Blackened. He's not aware that his flamer is connected. He did take down the war factory, which is nice, but other than that, those guys are just taking the brunt of the damage of the entire army. Okay, airstrike coming in, whiffing. Taking down, oh, not half bad. Taking down a couple infantry. Okay, that is certainly an interesting build that we've seen here from Blackened. I like it, I like it. If he can hold on for 6 more minutes, he's got a decent shot. Ooh, one of the Apaches going down to random stray missiles. Okay, GG's already been called in spec chat. Oh, I mean, he did recover a little, but it is still a 5k discrepancy. I have not set up my hotkeys yet. Chem Warriors, yeah, Stealth tanks might be a play because there is not a lot of static D. Stealth tanks are quite good at hunting harvesters. They're also good at sniping structures, especially when it comes to those undefended bases that we tend to see in TD a lot because you usually play one Conyard. Alright. That is a very compact force. Man, the Nod mods. I'm gonna say it. I love the design of Recon bikes. They are hilarious. They're such a bad combat design if you think about it from a military perspective. But I really like their design. It's like, yeah, let's not give our drivers any protection whatsoever. Let's give them frontal-mounted rocket launchers. Also, this position is really bad from Blackened. If there's an airstrike being fired, he won't be able to dodge for shit. But he has managed to find some nice picks with his Apaches. So the Apaches have definitely been a factor. Little contributing factor here. Artilleries, again, this army is too mobile. It is gonna be really difficult to get any good hits in. Wow, but he's getting some good picks. The Apaches have definitely been a factor. Don't stray too close to the rockets. Ooh, yeah. Rockets make minced meat out of aircraft. They just swat them out of the skies. This is gonna be the engagement. Too much fire. Wow, he's trading surprisingly well, but ammo on the Apaches is soon gonna be depleted. I honestly think this was a fairly even trade, all things considered. It was not half bad. But still, there's just more army mass. This is mostly immobile rocket soldiers. If he can get a good airstrike hit in. 3 more minutes. Does he have the time, though? How about the economical situation? It's a dire situation, and also a 3k discrepancy. He needs to make up for it with a good airstrike, followed with a good nuke. Yeah, and Bain is shutting the door on that one. He's building mobile SAMs. Smart. Honestly, just a really smart call. OP! OP. RTs are probably gonna get flanked. Oh, was that a stealth tank? Excuse me, sir? Was that a stealth tank that I just saw? Are there any Chem Warriors left in this? Yeah, there are. Okay. How about here? Apache is still continuing to find some value picks. Some light tanks being destroyed. Ooh, stealth tanks. That is gonna be an easy hard counter to Apaches. Shoot him! Nice recovery from Blackened. Just putting it out there, he's selling his hide dearly. Even though it's not looking too good for him at the time. Ooh, crushes from stealth tanks. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Stealth tank crushes. Alright. So that's where we are. That's where this game has ended. Okay. Where's the airstrike? Is the airstrike ready? Almost. He's building an obelisk. There's just trying to get the full tech tree unlock achievement? Oh, what's that? Oh, wow. One missile salvo of a stealth tank is enough to one-tap an Apache, and those are fairly tanky. They've been toned down a little, but they're still fairly tanky. And this is Blackened on the Resurgence with his tier 3 army, and right now it doesn't look like he has depleted most of the infantry of Bain. Wow. Probably also an over-reliance on stealth tanks, if we're being honest, because those things are costly and they're very fragile. Didn't provide much of value at all. Yeah, so it's starting to look good. He also took the barracks back, something that I forgot to mention earlier. Okay, Harvester going in for a crush. Yeah, good luck, buddy. He has found his way into the Coneyard. That is the main base. There is no backup Coneyard. Yep, booking it. He's booking it. There might be an airstrike coming in, though. Yep. Airstrike timer is ready. Crushes are good, but stealth tanks... Yeah, there's a reason why they're not being used for crushes all that much, and that's because they are flimsy as fuck. Those things have 5 armor. Apaches were slightly out of position. Still, an aggressive posture on the map for Blackened. Still looking okay for him. The stealth tanks really haven't provided what they were, what Bain was expecting. Whoa, one stealth tank in the backlines. Gonna take down the comm center. Oh my lord. This is big. No airstrike for Bain. I don't know why he didn't fire the airstrike earlier. GG being called. Alright, the nuke was just shy of coming out as well. What a hold from Blackened. What a comeback. He was down so much. He was down, 0 derricks to 4. He was down 3 harvesters to 5. He lost the first engagement and he came back with his tech plate, especially. Gotta highlight the Apaches. Those were a huge contributing factor in just getting value picks and depleting the army of Bain over time without losing too many himself. Really, really well played. What a game 2 that leaves us at a 1-1. And we are gonna be going on to game 3. See you in a sec. And for game number 3, we're gonna be on a classic Badland Ridges. Is that a conversion of a map from another mod? Because the name is so familiar, maybe Command & Conquer Generals? Not entirely certain. But it is what it is. It is a map that I've played a lot of times. Maybe I just recognize it from the TD tournaments that I participated in, which was ages ago. And which I never did well in. Anyway, Bain is, oh my god, the traitor, spawning in deceptive GDI colors as Nod. Ah, that should be illegal. I bet that's illegal in 54 out of the United States. 54 states out of 50. Kappa. And he's gonna be up against the red traditionalist Nod. So it's an, brothers in arms conflict of Reddened, aka Blackened. Let's see, is this gonna be another refinery into War Factory into tech, or is it gonna be more pressure this time around? Blackened gave him a lot of the map last game, but this map doesn't really work on this map because you need to move out early. This is one of those maps. Reminds me of Patches a little in Red Alert. The universally hated map, the critically slathed map, I guess. Critically scathed map that was a complete failure in season 3 or something? Nah, season 5. Maybe season 5. Let's go with that. That was a universally hated map that had econ that only Gatekeeper knew how to play. Where everyone else was broke all the time because he had 1 ore patch to start with, and then he had... Oh no, Engineer. Oh no! Dead. And then he had 6 or 7 more patches that you just needed to move all your army around across the map to get to. And everyone else was broke all the time. Only Gatekeeper managed to float 12k in all of his games, despite having a larger army. Because it suited his style very, very much. Aggression, masking, and move out from the MCV. Oh no, a civilian. No! Who's committing war crimes there? Wasn't you, Bain? Did you kill those fine people at, wait, where's the mouse? Oil. Oh, okay, I thought that was a civilian housing. No. Just an oil pump. oil pump destroyed. Because those all have their custom names. And I still to this day, despite being part of the Remasters Council, I could have asked many times, but I forgot to. I never got around to asking whether those names were in the originals. But I think they were. Menelik's house, Ali's house. Oh well. Salah's house has been destroyed. Oh no. The camel trader, not the camel trader. This is so great. Okay, so again, a triple recon, or in this case, triple buggy build. And is gonna be matched with a lot of early rockets from Bain. Yeah, it's just playing it safe. Huh? Routing them over to his oil? Is he going for a sneak attack? Because this leaves his base vulnerable. And this is the poster child. This map is the poster child of leaving a base vulnerable. You have to move out early. You have to grab some early map control. You have to get out on the field. Get something done. Otherwise you're going to be left in the dust on social welfare income. Both players already out on the map, and blue tip being taken by Bain first. I still to this day don't know which one is better. Okay, picking up some scouts here and there. So the triple recon's definitely not without merits. Still to this day, I don't know whether it's better to take the green first or the blue. In TD it scales weirdly anyway. But TD is a mystery to me. Oh, he's playing it super safe. Blackened with the rocket soldiers behind the chimney, like a reverse Santa Claus getting the drop on you. Surprise! Surprise, motherfucker! Alright, so Bain didn't get to fulfill his plan of taking all the oils this time around. He only got 2 of them. But conversely, Blackened only has 1, courtesy of having lost an engineer. So that's gonna be a tough spot for him. Doesn't have much army out just yet, but he's got a lot of econ. 4, 5 harvesters, a 6th coming online relatively soon. And comm center, this time his comm center is gonna be a bit earlier than Blackened's. Probably 1 building earlier, because Blackened is going for the refinery, but at least he can afford to get some mass here. Gain some momentum. This is gonna be a bit of a more stable mid-game for him, because this time he has an army to match Bain's army. And the tech advantage has not yet kicked in. Is he gonna switch production up? Yeah, okay, light tanks. But light tanks don't necessarily fare better against the tier 0 vehicle spam of Nord, because recons are they're just very cost efficient, especially against tanks if you pull off some good hit and run. Hello, goodbye. Yeah, surprise! I love those surprise behind the chimney rocket soldier ambushes. You can do that with SAM sites in RA, and it looks like it's part of the building. It's so mean. Okay, also a good concave here. Fighting around these little ridges is really tight. You don't want to overcommit, you don't want to send your army into a funnel. Then your opponent gets more surface area on you. Deploying some backline turrets, never the worst choice. There's gonna be airstrikes coming out relatively shortly. Bain's is 4 minutes away. So there's definitely a proposition that can be... Oh, flame tank, hello. Already get... Ooh, they do so much damage to light armor, it's crazy. Yeah, he doesn't have enough stopping power right now, needs the recon bikes to transition over to this side. But the actual recon mass, I figure, is smaller for Bain at the time being, yeah. Because this is pure recons with a couple of pure buggies. A couple of recons being mixed in. So those flame tanks have at least been successfully warded off. More engineers. Didn't he just send 1? No? Kung Fu minigunner! Oh! I love those animations. It's one of the greatest animations. Yeah, for those of you who are unaware, I've noted it before, but this was actually a planned feature originally for the original TD in Westwood, that they would have hand-to-hand combat. And it unfortunately never got implemented, or fortunate, because fuck realism. Let's throw that right out the window. But, oh no. Is he gonna find the engineer yet again? by pure chance? No. Ah, he has line of sight from the oil derrick. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that was lucky. That's why he shift queued those soldiers. I don't know where he went in 1v2. Well, a bit ambitious. Okay, here comes the recapture. And is gonna find out the tank flank as well. Oh, fighting around the ridges. This is never a good idea in TD. Oh yeah, Blackened doesn't have tech. Never mind. He's fine. He's fine. We Gucci. Oh no. The Recon Swarm is out of position. Oh, still though. The light tanks haven't found connections just yet. And no big losses at this time. Lots of army being traded off. But there's only one harvester going down at the moment. That I wouldn't say that that's worth it just yet. Wow, the explosion though. Yeah, that was not yet worth it. Definitely could have gone way, way worse for Blackened. But he's got lots of red health buggies. Ooh. On the other side, nothing much either.
Civilian killed.
More rocket soldiers. Yeah. Oh no, there's gonna be a second harvester going down. This is gonna be a problem. There's also a third harvester gone down. That's one of those classic triple prongs that Bain likes so much. Bain is the master of multi-prongs. Blackened was a bit ill-prepared there. He lost 3 harvesters over the process of this raid. That is gonna be nasty. He still has a theoretical field advantage, but his army is very immobile. It's gonna be really hard to catch up with the army of Bain. He's trying for the flanks. Where is he going? You want to take down the Carnyard? Alright, alright. You can out-repair that, that's ridiculous. Man, Recon bikes, buggies do no damage to armor at all. None. Zip, zitch, 0. 10 years later, yeah, pretty much. Hey, he's on low power though. This would be a nice soft target. He has not found any targets whatsoever. Unlucky. This little backline raid has not netted him any results. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the economy. Assets are still within the ballpark of even, but the harvesters 7/2. This is a problem. He needs to rectify the situation very, very shortly. Is he on low power? No, not yet. No, he built 2 more power plants. So it's gonna be a while before that starts kicking in. Flame tank to ward off 20 buggies, just a normal day in TD. That's just how they roll. He's trying with his own flame tanks, I've seen just now. But nothing to stop the armor. He didn't really invest into any anti-armor options. Might be his downfall. 5 more light tanks. Ooh, in comes an airstrike. That's gonna wipe out the cluster of units here. Ouch. Airstrip is being dismantled. And that is gonna be probably game, I would say. Second airstrip is still online, yes, but also he's losing so many recons just trying to dent the light tanks. That's not working. The buggies, they do nothing. Yeah, and he went for more flame tanks. As a result, he doesn't have, like, there's no armor superiority. The light tanks are basically uncontested. Yeah, this is how you bust a Carnyard. Don't go in with 20 buggies. Go in with 2 flame tanks. It's all you need. All you'll ever need. Bit of a pathing issue for this flame tank. Yep. Down goes the Carnyard, and that is gonna seal the deal in game number 3. That puts Bain up 2-1. GG. And we're gonna have some more concluding matches in this best of 5. But we are gonna be waiting for those until next week, because otherwise this would be a really long and unwieldy cast. Alright, awesome games, and I'll be back. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.